So it's been 100 days, and I had to deal with something brand new, really kind of scary, the split transition. In today's video, we're going to look at what a split transition is, how a split transition works, and what the logistics are that you're going to have to know to get through the split transition on race day. So stay right here because I'm going to bring you some really great information on the split transition. So what is the difference between a split transition and a normal transition? So the biggest difference between a conventional transition and a split transition is the fact that in a conventional transition, you're going to take and set your gear up, all of it, right next to your bike, which means your swim, your bike, and your run gear will be all in the same place at the same time. So as we saw in the normal transition, all of your kit is put in one place and ready to go for both T1, which is swim the bike, and T2, which is bike to run. In the split transition, you literally have two different locations for your transition 1 and your transition 2. Your transition 1, which is swim to bike, will be at the swim venue, and your T2, which is bike to run, will be at another location, most likely where you did your registration and the finish line. The thing about a split transition is it used to be rare. I've been in this game for almost 15 years, and literally Ironman Blue Ridge was my first split transition, and it kind of left me a little bit scared of how all of this logistics was supposed to work out. But now you see this more and more often, especially in long distance racing, because companies like Ironman are getting really, really good at transporting the bikes, protecting your bikes, and taking care of and setting up the two split transition area. How does a split transition work? The first thing is when you check in, you're going to be issued 3 bags. You're going to be issued a blue bag, blue for bike. You're going to be issued a red gear bag, R for run, red. And you're going to be given either a clear or a white bag, which is your morning gear bag. So what do you put in your bags? In your bike gear bag, you're going to put everything you need: your shoes, your helmet, your gloves if you wear them, your sunglasses, your sunscreen, everything to set up your second transition is going to be in there. But one thing you're not going to have in here, unless you have a small one with a gauge on it, is a bike pump. So one of the idiosyncrasies of this race is the fact you can't bring a bike pump. And you look right, I'm in line bright and early to get my tires pumped up. Bike pumps will be available to you, but I did see some really cool little electric pumps that pumped up enough air pressure in your tires that could store away in the bag without any real issues. So in that bag, you're going to put all of your bike transition, including your nutrition and hydration, in this bag. Your bike gear bag, what do you put in here? You put your shoes, you put your sunscreen, you put your nutrition in here. Don't put hydration in here because you're literally turning it in the day before. Put a towel in here. If you use a different pair of sunglasses on the run as you do with a bike, put them in there. Everything that you normally would put in for your run, your race belt, your hat, your visor, all of that goes in here. And you're going to actually set this in transition 2 and tie it to the rack where you're going to rack your bike. Anything that you put in here, understand it's going to sit outside overnight. Watch the weather. If the weather's going to be bad, make sure you have some way to seal off the top of this bag. They're going to ask you to put your race number on a sticker on. You want to go ahead and write your number here on the bag. I write mine on the front. I write it big on the back. Now, what do you put in the clear bag? The clear bag is for morning gear. What morning gear is going to be is like the shoes that you've worn there. It was cold on Ironman Blue Ridge in the morning. I wore a sweatpants, a sweatshirt, and a hat, and all that went into this bag, along with anything that I didn't need at transition. Again, sunscreen or body glide. When you're done with all of that stuff, it all goes in here, and you turn this bag in before you head down to the swim start. In Ironman Blue Ridge, we had to take a shuttle from T2 back to T1 because it was such a small postage stamp of an area. Other races, there might be a parking lot, there might be enough room there that you can take your car with your Sherpa, park it, and they can drive back to T2. If you're getting value from this video, go down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you go to the link below for Patreon and become a patron. Now, after you're done with the bike portion of the race, you're going to pull into T2. Very simple. You're going to come in, you're going to make your way to your rack, where your bag is going to be tied to the rack. You're going to rack your bike next to your bag, untie your bag, do transition to and off on the run. All of your kit will stay there just like a normal transition right below your bike. After you cross the finish line, you hear all the cheers from the crowd. It's time to go get your gear. By that point, your transition number 1 bag and your morning bag will be back in a corral by numbers, the same corral you dropped your bike off in. They will have volunteers there. You go up, you show them your bib number, they run off, they get your bag, they bring it back, hand it to you. You get your stuff out of T2, grab your bike, head on out, and you've had a really great race. Take a look at this video right here. This is the Bear Claw Climb at Ironman Blue Ridge. This is Coach John. I'm out.